What is going on, everyone? Tim from Tierfon Orbital. It's too dangerous to go alone. Take this. If you understood that reference, you're a huge nerd like I am. We're here to talk about the Master Sword from Jawas Junkyard. So today I'm just going to talk quickly, go over a demo for an install commission that I completed on the Master Sword from Jawas Junkyard. So if I am not mistaken, this is the only working, installable replica prop of the Master Sword. There are a number of static props, like resin props of this out there, but as far as I know, this is the only aluminum installable prop of the Master Sword out there, and it's huge. This thing it's one giant solid block of milled aluminum, and it is massive. Really faithful, accurate representation of the Master Sword. So every time I get a chance to do one of these, it makes me want to revisit the game. So it's a lot of fun doing these. This one has been installed with the stock chassis that is provided with this hilt. So we're not going to come into Fusion and talk about the chassis. We're just going to come up top. We're going to talk about how to use it. We're going to talk about how to put the chassis in the hilt, because there is a little bit of a process on how to use this. This is not like how I design my chassis. I typically do like a removable chassis with a static momentary switch. With this one, it utilizes a magnetic drop-in plunger switch. And so there's a specific way that you need to put the chassis into the hilt. So we're going to go over that. And then we will put a blade in the hilt. I do not have the Master Sword blade. Devin from the Saber Trade will be doing, or has done, a run of Master Sword blades. I have not yet seen these in person, but I can only imagine how cool they will look when they are finished, because it can only complement the Master Sword, right? So the Master Sword does deserve having a Master Blade in it, right? Obviously. So anyhow, without further ado, this is going to be a quick one, right? So let's come up top, talk about this hilt. Okay, so here it is, the Master Sword from Jawas Junkyard. This is in the blue configuration. I believe Jawas did a purple version of this hilt as well. So this has been wrapped with a leather wrap. So to the customer, I know you are aware of this. This was quite a journey of this hilt. So we finally got our leather wrap for this. I did add the blue rings on this hilt as well. So this hilt does ship with, I'm sorry, I added the gold rings to this. The hilt does ship with blue rings. So I added the gold ones. In my opinion, the gold ones look better. But I will add the blue ones in the box as well, obviously, right? So we've got our leather wrap. Here is the hole for your magnetic drop-in plunger switch. So this is very small. It's probably not going to come out on camera. There is a very small neodymium magnet on the bottom of this plunger. Okay, that is going to make a connection to this momentary switch at the back of the chassis. Okay, this is a single button Proffie setup, right? So, but yeah, here is the hilt. Huge, massive hilt, right? One solid block of milled aluminum up top here. Really cool representation of the Master Sword, right? So let's talk about how to use this guy, okay? So unthreadable pommel. The grip does unthread too, but you can just unthread the pommel to put your chassis in, okay? Here is the chassis. Let's talk about that really quick. There is a green rupee in the center of this chassis. I did light this from behind with a single 2020 neopixel strip. It is its own blade in the config. Okay, Proffie V2 here, and that is it. Let me get a battery. Okay, so to the customer, I did mention this as well. I will be including this battery with this build. This chassis takes a flat top protected 18650 battery. Okay, so I will be including this with your install. Spring side is your negative, so spring side is down towards the board. You want to take the flat part of your battery, put it in your battery tray. There is no kill switch in this install. So once you put your battery in and you see that rupee light up, your hilt or your chassis is on, okay? So once your battery is in, you're ready to go. Now, you want to kind of line, so this grip has been threaded. It's all the way screwed on, tight and ready to go, right? You want to look where your hole for your plunger switch is. Kind of line up the switch on the chassis with that hole and put your chassis in place. Now there is a kind of like a grip at the bottom of this chassis. You want to look down in this hole, look for that magnet, kind of line the chassis up with that, line the hole up with that magnet, because you want to drop this magnetic plunger down so it lines up with that magnet on the chassis, okay? So once that is in place, you can thread your pommel on and you're good to go. All right. So let's see what else we put on here. All right. So let's come down to the bottom. All right. So I put a couple of Zelda fonts on here at the request of the client. This is a Final Fantasy font. Sorry, that was a Zelda font as well. This is a Final Fantasy font. Let's see what else we put on here. It's a heavy hilt.
Now this is pod racing.
Alright, let's throw a blade in it really quick. So obviously I don't have a master sword, but you can put a 1-inch blade in this if you want, right? So I'm going to throw a 1-inch blade in here just so we can do a quick demo, right? See what else I put on here. It's a big hilt. It's a big hilt to swing around. It's a little top heavy. One more. That's that Zelda font. Cool font. So, that is it. That is the Master Sword from Jawas Junkyard. Very, very cool representation of the Master Sword from Zelda, obviously. So this one was a lot of fun to get and easy to do. I didn't have to design another chassis for this one, so this one was a lot of fun. So to the customer, this one was a long time coming, so thank you very much for your patience. If anyone has any questions about this particular install or this hilt, please do not be a stranger. And with that being said, may the force be with you always. Thanks for watching, everybody.